This news update is brought to you by...
When you go with Flow, you get to bundle it. Bundling is essential with Flow. Get Flow TV, broadband, and home phone from as low as $160 a month. That's less than $5.50 a day. Plus, upsize your broadband and home packages from only $5. And there's more. You get free movies for 3 months and a 50% off selected TV bolt-on. Trust the network that is built, ready, and proven. This is how we flow. Bundle it.
Sign up before October 31st to get the Flow Sports Premier Pack free for 6 months.
It's Friday, October the 28th, 2016, and this is your Barbados Today Evening Update. I'm Emmanuel Joseph. Thanks for joining us. Topping the news at this hour, the case brought by the Ministry of Education against 2 Rastafarian parents has been dismissed. Ijuai Jah and his partner Isartis Ivory were initially found guilty of breaching Section 41, Clause B of the Education Act, Chapter 41, on the grounds that there is absolutely no record of the children, a boy and a girl both under the age of 12, ever attending formal classes. The matter was thrown out by District A Magistrate Douglas Frederick today after the prosecutor tried to amend the charge. Frederick argued that such action would have prejudiced the case. However, the parents still have one more legal hurdle to overcome. The court is yet to decide whether it will hear an application made by the Child Care Board for the children to be made wards of the court. That matter comes up on December the 13th. The executive of the National Union of Public Workers has put back a meeting to determine its next form of action in the fight against the demotion of its president, Akani McDowell. The executive has scheduled closed-door discussions today to talk about the filling of the post from which McDowell was demoted last week, although the Personnel Administration Division had promised to first consult with the union after investigating the circumstances surrounding the demotion. The union's executive will meet next week at a date to be decided. Meanwhile, the union is warning the government to settle a series of other outstanding grievances without further delay in order to avoid being hit by industrial action. Acting Assistant General Secretary of the union, Will Wanderers, says one of these concerns relate to recent correspondence from the Public Service Commission stating that it's unable to fill the remaining vacancies in the Customs and Excise Department due to provisions in the Employment Code.
The NUPW is contending, however, that the Recruitment Employment Code, which involves a process of advertising posts and inviting suitably qualified persons to apply, that this process has commenced. And we are just simply saying to continue this process of using the code to allow persons who are eligible to apply to fill the remaining vacancies. We don't see no reason why that would prohibit persons as suitably qualified. They have the various competencies, they have the years of experience, and therefore we don't see the rationale for this stance to suggest that you cannot continue to fill the vacancies with the same code that you have been using previously to fill a number of vacancies.
Waldron tells Barbados Today the union will also be pressuring the government to conclude negotiations on customs transition to the Barbados Revenue Authority and for the creation of Customs Officer 3 posts so that clerical officers who have been working as customs officers would be appropriately compensated. Barbadian businessman Robert Pitcher is calling for the immediate removal of Dr. Ralph Gonzalez as Prime Minister with lead responsibility for civil aviation within Caricom. Pitcher, who is the director of Fun and Son Publishing Company, is also calling for the private sector investment in the struggling airline in order to put it back on a profitable course.
Hence, with all of this background that Leah have, all they need to do is to remove Dr. Gonzalez from the aviation ministry in Caricom and put the young guy that his country suffers from an airlift point of view and make Skerritt, Roosevelt Skerritt, the aviation minister.
Barbados is said to be on par with middle-income and high-income countries in providing access to financial institutions. However, the island is extremely close to the bottom of the class in terms of efficiency of those markets. That was the assessment last night of noted economist Dr. Justin Robinson, who delivered a lecture on Barbados' financial system since independence, access to financing, and investment opportunities.
50 years after independence, the financial system in Barbados provides excellent access to personal credit and debt financing for commercial projects, distribution, and relatively low-risk commercial investments. However, there remains a major gap in the financial system in terms of its capacity to finance riskier commercial-type investments and in the provision of equity financing. So I think that's a big part of the dichotomy. If you want a car loan, if you want a loan to put down some apartments, if you want a credit card, if you want to use an ATM, this is a world-class financial system. If you want to finance a fast ferry between Barbados and the OECS, that's an entirely different challenge. The financial system, so there is that gap in terms of financing commercial-type projects that have a riskier profile. The system hasn't really dealt with.
In sports now, Pakistan have named an unchanged squad for the third test against the West Indies starting on Sunday in Sharjah as they look to complete another whitewash of the embattled Caribbean side. The selection committee, headed by former Test captain Inziman Al-Haq, kept faith with the unit which routed West Indies by 133 runs in the second test in Abu Dhabi earlier this week, and belief is high they can go to pull off a similar victory in the final game.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
But Maisie, this Christmas will be the best Belgian Christmas for we. Maisie, it is all because Republic Bank just like Santa Claus. Maisie, fix up the kitchen and a new TV we get in. A special time to commemorate. Republic will help you celebrate.
Get ready to celebrate 50 years of independence right through to the best Bajan Christmas ever with a Make It Happen loan of up to $50,000 from Republic Bank. Give your home a good old Bajan sprucer, buy some new furniture and appliances, or take an after-holiday trip to visit loved ones over and away. You could also be one of our lucky winners to share in fabulous prizes. Just visit any branch to apply. Go to republicbarbados.com or call us at 227-2700. We're also available via Skype and FaceTime. Special conditions apply.
In Bajan style, it will be great with Republic Bank.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
It's a vision whose time has come. This November 29th, Digicel, Barbados is Music presents the most explosive array of titans to share Barbadian stage. Crossfire, Coalition, and Square One will descend upon Kensington Oval for the independent show that will be talked about for the next 50 years. Get your $80 tickets at all advertised box offices. New Look Boutique, Digicel Store DeCosta Mall, Praxis Clothing Store, Play Deli, ENV Music Supply Sheraton, Emerald City, Lewis Wildy, Eddie's Fight Sound, Upbeat Warrens and Sky Mall, and TicketPal.com. Follow us on Instagram and Facebook at Barbados is Music or call 832-0246 for more information. Digicel, Barbados is Music is sponsored by Remy Martin 1738, Douglas Hill Wines 98.1, The One, Banks, and Digicel.
We're back with news from the region now. Some officers attached to the Strategic Services Agency in Trinidad who are allegedly selling state secrets to U.S. law enforcement agents will be investigated.
The Express article in today's newspaper alleging inappropriate behavior of SSA officers selling state secrets to U.S. law enforcement authorities will be seriously looked into. At least that's the assurance given by Minister in the Attorney General's office, Stuart Young, today at the post-cabinet news conference.
I think the most important word you use there, Mark, is allegations. So I have seen the report that you co-authored in today's newspaper. It is something that will attract the requisite inquiry and is attracting the requisite inquiry.
Minister Young declined to say whether he believed this particular arm of national security was involved in questionable practices, as allegations in the Express report suggested 3 SSA officers were trading state secrets for money and other inducements.
And finally, on the international scene, FBI Director James Comey has told Congress the Bureau is investigating newly found Hillary Clinton emails. The latest emails came to light during a separate inquiry into top Clinton aide Huma Abedin's estranged husband, former Congressman Anthony Weiner. Clinton's Republican presidential nominee rival Donald Trump says this latest development was bigger than Watergate.
And they are reopening the case into her criminal and illegal conduct that threatens the security of the United States of America. This was a grave miscarriage of justice that the American people fully understood. And it is everybody's hope that it is about to be corrected.
That's news and sports, but for the very latest, visit our website at www.barbadostoday.bb. Also subscribe to our e-paper email updates and like us on Facebook. We're also on Izumi Media in bus terminals, or screenplay at supermarkets and gas stations near you, as well as Channel 99 on Flow TV and Mix 96.9 FM. I'm Emmanuel Joseph. Have a fantastic day.